I wanted to bring up my grandpa's baptism. He was 80 years old, and he was in the hospital, and he wanted to be baptized in the river. And he went up here to West Bluff, the old boat ramp there on West Bluff on the Sabine River. Baptismal ceremony there on the bank of the river. And they baptized him, and he walked up on the bank and fell dead. He did it his way. My dad bought a 1955 Oldsmobile. He let me take my sister and one of her girlfriends to school to catch a school bus to go play a basketball game. We never made it to the schoolhouse. It was raining. There's some potholes alongside the edge of the road. And I hit them potholes and it flung the car around sideways, and it back wheel snagged into one of them potholes, and I think it flipped it 7 sideways flips and 3 or 4 end over end flips, and it throwed me, tried to throw me out the window and nearly cut this ear off. Still got scars here somewhere. The car didn't throw me out the window, but on the last sideways flip, the door came open on the passenger side, and it stood up on that door and ejected us all out underneath the car while the car was standing up on that door, and then it fell back on the wheels. But that's one of them that probably should have survived. I had a recreational hydroplane, and I built it according to the plans out of that magazine. It had 1,800 brass screws, and it had 2 sponsons on the front, no seats, just a dashboard, the steering wheel, and you kneel down on the floorboards. Put it in drive and give it the gas, and it wouldn't do nothing. It would just stand there and scream. Well, you had to crawl up on the dash and lean over the dash, the end of the boat, the front of the boat, and bounce your weight down. Every time you bounce, the angle would decrease. And there got to be a certain point there that you better get back under the steering wheel in a hurry. Because as soon as it grabbed that bite, it would run right out from underneath you. The only thing about it is the widest curve down there by the shipyards, it would not make that one of those turns running wide open. And it was at a skiing event. Orange had a boat skiing team by the name of Aqua Demons and Debs.
Miss Joette.
Yeah, Miss Joette was in
Yes.
there.
Joette was in one of those shows. And well, it had a bad point about any kind of a little ripple on the water, it would give you a fit. And it turned sideways on one of them little ripples. And then turned around backwards and flipped over upside down and jammed my knees first up under the dashboard. And it was either, when I took my last breath, it was either water or air. I didn't know which it was going to be. But I broke the dashboard out and got to the top and got that breath of air. And then I had to dive down in about 20-something foot of water to get my engine cowling come off. That was the second wreck that day. The first one before that was in Adams Bayou in the same boat. turned it sideways and flipped it. Me and Ronnie Burns was in at that time, and we bailed the water out of it and drove it on down to the boat show and did it again. Well, another car wreck I had was it was a brand new Dodge. It was one of the fast ones, 318. And there was a lady coming down Interstate 10 going over into Louisiana on the wrong side of Interstate 10. And when I seen her headlights coming at me, all I had time to do was take my finger and stick it in the steering wheel and flip it to the right. The woman got a ticket, and the highway patrolman told her that she ought to thank me for saving her life, because it would have probably killed all of us. I didn't know the roads and going too fast as usual. Topped that hill, and there was like you had run downtown Green Avenue in Orange. It was a 90-degree street turn. There wasn't no way I could stop, so I just held it straight, going straight off into them woods. Probably at 80, 90 miles an hour. Another near should have been dead, probably. I think the Lord had a hand in getting me through all these wrecks, and I never did know what it was going to be. The best I could make out of it was to be here for my family, to be here for the Lord, and to do what I can and give Him all the honor and glory. I am Roger, and I am His.